Hello everyone and welcome to Tigers Weekly. I'm your host, Zach Beyruti. This week we'll check in with the men's volleyball team as they prepare for a trip to the Midwest to take on defending national champion Ohio State and number 8 Penn State. We'll also check in with the men's and women's swimming teams as they get ready for Senior Day this Friday. This weekend, the men's volleyball team will travel to Columbus, Ohio to take on the defending national champion Ohio State Buckeyes and the 8th-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. We caught up with head coach Joe Wortman as his team prepares to hit the road and take on a pair of powerhouse opponents. All right, Coach, your team travels to Ohio this week to face Ohio State, the reigning national champs, and number 8 Penn State. Can you talk about the anticipation of facing those two powerhouses and how you feel your team's prepared?
Well, we have a great opportunity to go back to the Midwest and arguably play the best team again in the Midwest and the best team from the East. And continually playing the best teams in the country in our own league. It's a great opportunity for us on a couple different levels. One, to test ourselves and test our resolve that we belong in the elite group of teams that play volleyball in this country. And these are teams, Ohio State fell off a little bit from last year's talent level because they graduated a lot of guys. I think we're going to match up really well with that team, and the resolve is, will we and can we mentally compete at a level to beat them, because physically I know we can beat them. Penn State, it's the same tournament, but it's the next night, and so we really look at Ohio State first and then Penn State. So my mind has not really gone that far yet to Penn State. Very good team, well coached, a lot of very good players, and perennially the best team coming out of the East. We're looking to go back there and compete, and we're looking to go back there and take them both down, and then come back and assume our role in the NPSF, which is to be moving ahead every single week.
Start of the season, you guys have started 3-3. What's been the most encouraging aspect to the start of the season for you?
Most encouraging was competing extremely well and doing what we needed to do to play at a high level at Santa Barbara. So first away matches, first away league matches. Once again, a team that was in the finals last year, and national runner-up, UC Santa Barbara. So to go in there, be confident, and play well was really, really a good sign. The next night at UCLA, dropped off a little bit. They're an extremely good team, and I think we backed down a little bit physically, mentally, but that's okay because we came away from that weekend feeling good about how we can play and how we're going to play in the future.
You guys have been a terrific blocking team to this point in the season. How important is that going to be when you go on this road trip to Ohio?
Well, I think that they watch us play on videotape and they look at the statistics and they know that that's one of our strengths. So going in right away, I think that's good. They go, okay, those guys are a good blocking team. Will it be a factor? It probably will be a factor because the matches that we have been extremely close in and then prevail are ones that we usually block really well. Things that factor into that, making sure that we control the ball, that if we do not have a kill opportunity, we make them play the ball, and that sets up our good block. And then ultimately serving too. We've got to make sure we give ourselves opportunity to block the ball and score points.
The men's and women's swimming teams recently concluded their winter break and are back in action to finish off their 2011-2012 campaigns. We sat down with head swimming coach Gus Barrios as he discussed the team's recent tri-meet in Santa Cruz and also reflected on the contributions of his senior swimmers as they finish out their careers at Pacific. All right, Coach, Saturday the women competed against Fresno Pacific and UC Santa Cruz in a tri-meet, and your women dominated the meet. 9 individual titles and a relay title. Can you reflect on that and talk about how they were able to get that done?
Well, the women were well focused for the meet. It wasn't a hard opponent, so I think they were a little more relaxed. We did swim a bunch of swimmers in different events, so not their main events. So I think that got them excited about swimming different events that they're not used to swimming. But they did well. I think it's just the training that they put in the whole year is showing through now. It's one of those things where you have a good race and you get more excited about the next and the next. So I thought we had some off races, but it was a good showing for the girls.
Men's team competed in that same tri-meet, they defeated UC Santa Cruz but fell to Fresno Pacific. Can you reflect on the men's side of things from that meet?
Well, I thought we competed really well. We had a lot of guys perform their best so far this season in a lot of the races. I would say the seniors actually, both on the women's and the men's side, stepped up and performed really well, which I'm excited about for this weekend, obviously, senior meets. But the men, Santa Cruz, they swim well. We didn't think we were going to have much problems with them, so it was a matter of competing against the meet against Fresno Pacific. We knew it was going to be tight. Last year we actually tied them, and this year we just lost by 8 points. And it was one of those deals where you have to win races to be able to win the meet. It doesn't matter that if you got second, third, fourth. And so we were having a lot of races that we were getting second, third, fourth, and we did have some wins, but not enough to, obviously we just barely got beat there at the end. So, but we had a lot of good races. I mean, especially the last relay, the way those guys came through and posting a really good in-season time. So,
coming up on Senior Week, can you reflect a little bit on what this group of seniors have meant to the program, both on the men's and women's side?
Well, when I first came here 4 years ago, or 4 seasons ago, basically, there was all those seniors that we have were the only swimmers. What's the incoming class? This is probably one of the smallest incoming classes I've ever seen since coaching. All of those swimmers have been leaders from day one, from where they were freshmen up until now. Obviously, a couple of them are captains, but they've contributed, enormously. You just have to read their bio and see, national cuts, NCAA cuts, and tons of dual meet points. They're also very, very down-to-earth, silent type leaders, so which is very nice to have. I don't think we've had problems with any of them. They've just been great for 4 years, so we're excited about, unfortunately, them leaving, but graduating a good group. Okay, and honoring them obviously this weekend.
On Saturday, the men's basketball team will host conference rival UC Santa Barbara at the Spano Center. Tip-off is set for 5 p.m. and the game will be televised regionally on Comcast Sportsnet California. Tickets are available the day of the game here at the Pacific box office or online at PacificTigers.com. Until next time, so long everyone, and go Tigers.